Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I just watched Captain America, that's why I'm in my car, and I just wanted to share my thoughts before I forgot what my reaction was. It's pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. I feel like it's a bigger budget movie version of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's the sort of vibe I got. And it's pretty fun. I had some issues with a few of the shots. Some of the shots, the green screen looks kind of bad. And they really didn't give the main villain the justice he deserves. But at the same time, he wasn't set up that way because he's in a previous movie. So, yeah. They handled him better than they did all of the villains in Quantumania, so take that as you will. He's intriguing, but they don't follow the comics very closely, so he's not super powerful like he is in the comics. I'm trying not to give spoilers. I'll do a spoiler talk at the end of this video. But that's my thoughts on that. The plot was decent. It's pretty simple. You know the entire plot if you've seen any of the trailers. So, it's nothing too crazy. There's not really any huge twists, at least in my opinion. But I'm also a nerd, and I've watched the trailers a bunch, so take that as you will. If you're a big fan of the MCU, I think you'll really enjoy it. It ties back to previous movies and gives the MCU a bit more cohesion that we've been lacking recently. If you're just a casual fan, just going to have a good time, you'll love the action. It is super good, really fun. They take some techniques from Top Gun Maverick, which is really cool. Let me think, what else was awesome? Okay, I think that's it for my overall thoughts, specifics. For a letter grade, I would give it a B+. There's a particular reason why, but that's a massive spoiler, so I won't say why. But once you see the movie, you'll understand why I say it's a B+. Then, if you're going into it and you're not a big fan, and you're like, what movies do I need to know? You need to watch Eternals, The Incredible Hulk, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Those are the three main projects you need to see. They do recap everything, or give you here's what you need to know to fully appreciate it, but you might just want to watch the movies yourself. It'd be about 6 to 7 hours of movie watching. And if you're not going to watch it this weekend, watch Captain America this weekend, then go for it. Watch the other movies and shows. But yeah, I forgot Falcon and the Winter Soldier's about an hour long each episode. So it's more of 8 to 9 hours of watching movies. But there's that. It does feel more like a sequel to The Incredible Hulk than it does to Captain America. Now, it still has those elements of Captain America that makes the original three so good. Captain America's highly moral, he tries to do the right thing, he talks about the state of America and the world, a bit of cultural, political, global commentary almost. Yeah, that's... They fit all of that. The action's great. Certain villains are really fun. Just the main one was kind of a letdown for me. Sorry about the train. Can't help that. He'll probably stay in. Then, they introduce new characters, one of which has connections to Black Widow, and I thought that character was pretty cool. I really enjoyed them. Yeah, so spoiler talk. So if you don't want any spoilers, click off. Stop watching. I'm spoiling some stuff. Okay, so the character that was a letdown for me was the leader. In the comics, I believe he has like telekinesis, as well as like mind control and things. And for this movie, they lean heavily into the mind control, but he's like hardly ever on screen. Like, even with Baron Zemo from Civil War, he isn't there physically a lot, but you feel this sense of, oh my goodness, he's intimidating, he's scary. The leader, yeah, he does some creepy stuff, and he kills a lot of people. And I was like, okay. And his design stinks. Like, if you know the comic design, he's got a big head. It looks kind of like Megamind, but with hair. And he's green. That's actually a really accurate description. But in this one, he's more of like, I forgot the name of the character, but in Invincible, there's a character that can travel dimensions in the second season, and he like gets this massive brain. The leader looks more like that. And as a comic fan, it was kind of a letdown, especially since they did Red Hulk really well. I didn't like the marketing. I wish they would have kept Red Hulk a surprise, or like tease him a little bit, like show the shot of his foot and him throwing down the shield and leave it at that. Like, that would have been perfect. That way I go in and they're like hinting at Red Hulk the entire film, and then they show him at the very end. It would have been a lot better. The post-credit scenes sucked. It's like, this is massive spoilers, but it's just Sam and the leader talking, and the leader's like, I've done the calculation, something big is coming, and you guys aren't ready for it. There's other worlds, and what will you do when you collide with them? And I'm like, we know that. If you've seen No Way Home, you know that. If you've seen Doctor Strange 2, you know that. Like, I know Sam Wilson doesn't know it, but it's like, this is a letdown. And I was hoping he would say Doom. Like, even if it was something like, Sam's like, what's coming? And he's like, other worlds fighting with yours. It's going to be your Doom or something. Like, just work Doom into the lines. That would have been beautiful. I would have loved that. And they didn't. So that was kind of a letdown. But I went in, my main expectation was that they didn't beat Red Hulk in a stupid way. Like, give Sam thick plot armor that makes it so he can't lose, and that he beats Red Hulk in like 2 seconds. And they didn't do that. There's an actual fight. I felt like I know that Sam Wilson is in the next Avengers movie, and I was afraid that he was going to die, or at least get severely injured, and they'd have to revive him by the next movie. Like, I genuinely felt afraid. And if you know She-Hulk, that helps with understanding how they beat Red Hulk. Basically, all you need to know is vibranium can puncture Hulk's skin. It's nothing too crazy. But yeah, like, overall, I'd give it a B+. There's a specific reason, but I'm not spoiling that for you guys. And yeah, if you really enjoy Marvel, I think you should check it out. It's pretty fun. And being completely honest here, this is the movie I am least excited for this year. Like, Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four are going to be so much fun. And this one, I was like, I'll watch it. And the first showing just happened to be the first time that, like, the earliest I could watch it. So I'm like, okay. In fact, I couldn't do any other showings later. So, take that as you will. But yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. There are some minor issues. And the pacing gets off a little bit. Sometimes it's, like, really gripping and intense. And then it slows down almost too much. At least for me, it felt that way. But I kind of got the same vibes from Captain America, the Winter Soldier, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, I'd definitely give it a B+. You should go ahead and check it out. Remember to lend a hand to those who need it. Bye.